We are back. This is for my second. It's actually my first. Actually, it's my second. It's my second indoor track coverage video preview, if you want to call it. It's a preview, really, for New Balance. This was supposed to be out a while ago, but I just been too busy. I haven't been able to get it out yet, but we're doing a preview. It comes on tomorrow. So if you're not watching track and you happen to stumble upon my video, if you're one of my regular subscribers that don't watch and want to watch, it comes on NBC tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's 2 hours till 6 p.m. Please check it out because there are some of the heaviest hitters that are going to be there, and I'm going to give you a little preview right now. So we're going to start. Actually, before we start, thumbs up the video. If you're new here, thumbs up the video. Let's keep pushing this out. Let's continue to bring the track community over here as well. I know there's plenty of other people that do it, which I love as well. Shout out to them. But yeah, if you want to come over here and talk to me, because I'm going to be here all season. I'm going to be here for the rest of the time that I'm on YouTube talking about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on into it. Subscribe if you're new, and let's go. All right, so I want to start off with, I guess, what you would consider the marquee event, the big heavy hitter, because we got a lot of people in this particular race. I'm talking about the men's 60. The men's 60 meters indoors, who we have set to line up. We'll see who lines up. I know in one of the events later on, somebody's not going to be lining up. That is a big hitter, but we'll get to it. Set to line up, Noah Lyles, Fred Kerley, Josephus Lyles, which is Noah Lyles' little brother, Ronnie Baker, Kendall Williams, Brandon Carnes, Akeem Blake from Jamaica, JT Smith, Hakeem Sani Brown, Demick Kemp, and Miles Lewis. So out of those names, we already know who the two biggest names are, which is Fred Kerley and Noah Lyles. We got Akeem Blake in here too. You can't count him out, but the three that I'm looking at is those three that I just named. Noah Lyles, Fred Kerley, and Akeem Blake. It's going to be exciting to see Fred running indoors this season. He hasn't run. I don't think he ran at all last season, if I remember correctly. And it's going to be interesting to see because Fred, when it comes to his race, for the most part, if he has any type of need for improvement, it's his start. So that's going to be interesting to see where he's at because we know he's made a coaching change. He is now out there training in California with Ry Benjamin and Michael Norman. So it's going to be interesting to see what his training is looking like, what his progress is looking like, because as we all know, indoors is pretty much like the preview of what you got going on heading into outdoors. So I'm excited to see where he's at, what his progress is. Noah Lyles, he's got a lot of momentum coming into this. Noah Lyles is the current reigning outdoor 100 and 200 meter champion, and he's coming in here pretty hot. Like if I was him, I'd be pretty excited to show off what I got going on, and I'd be pretty confident too, considering that. And his start, same thing with him. His start is always his biggest set for improvement. So it'll be interesting to see if he's actually fixed that. He's shown that he's fixed a little bit of it last season, which is why he ended up making the team to go to Worlds on the 100 and ended up winning. So he's figured it out. So it's going to be interesting to see if it's still like that or if it's gotten better or if it's regressed. But we'll see there. And like I said, Akeem Blake, can't sleep on him. I think he is definitely one that could literally shake things up. But low-key, anybody on this list could possibly shake it up. But in my opinion, those are the top three. So we're going to move on to the next, which is the men's 60-meter hurdles. This is a stacked field. We got Grant Holloway, the reigning world champion, indoor and out. And then we got Trey Cunningham, my personal favorite, who I'm rooting so hard for this season. I hope he ends up winning gold. I think he can do it if he puts his race together. Great. And I'm talking about Daniel Roberts. We got Cordell Tinch, Freddie Crittenden, Michael Dixon, Orlando Bennett, Lou Rollins, Gianno Roberts, Andre, I cannot say his last name. I'm going to try and butcher it. And then Joseph Zeller. Top three, in my opinion, is going to be between Grant, Daniel, and yeah, that's interesting. It's going to be between Grant and Daniel for the top two spots. Trey Cunningham, Cordell Tinch, Freddie Crittenton. Those are the other ones I see fighting for third. But Grant Holloway is obviously the favorite. Daniel Roberts is my favorite to win. If you've been watching Daniel, if you ain't been watching Daniel's YouTube, go watch it. Look him up. I think his YouTube is Rise of D-Rob. Look him up. He's been doing like clips of like low-key like a documentary, which I feel like a lot of track athletes need to start doing. But he's been kind of documenting his progress leading into the season. And I know he's going to continue to do it throughout the season. So it's going to be exciting to see. But looking at how he's been training, Daniel looks like he's really getting it together and doing it good. We'll see, because he's always had no issue making a team. It's just that for the most part, more recently than not, or not more recently than not, but more times than not, something ends up going wrong at the actual world stage. But he fixed it last season. He ended up getting his bronze medal at World Championships. But Grant Holloway, he's the world champion. He's coming in there hot. We know Grant's start is his best part of his race, and that's the first 60 meters. That's his best part. Daniel gets out well, but he always finishes strong. So we'll see if Daniel's fixed his start to match, even though he sometimes matches Grant Holloway when it comes to getting out the blocks. It just depends on if he's hitting hurdles coming in. But that's going to be exciting to see. Trey Cunningham could go in there and sneak. Cordell could go in there and shake it up. Freddie Crittenton can go in there and do it too. Michael Dixon, I ain't counting him out either, but those are what we got going on. We're going to move on to the women. The women's 60-meter hurdles. This list is also pretty semi-stacked. We got Tobi Amusan. Big hitter. Masai Russell, who is a little hitter on indoors. She shows out a little bit more indoors than she does outdoor, in my opinion. We got Megan Tapper, who is more of an outdoor specialist, if you ask me. Tia Jones. Tia Jones been on a tear this season so far. If you've been watching her races, she's been putting up some numbers. She's been running some fast times consistently. Cindy Simber of Great Britain. My girl, Alaysha Johnson, is listed here. From what I know, I'm not going to say too much because it's not my place to say, but I know that she's not going to be running at this meet, but she is still listed. She might show. But in my opinion, from what I do know, she's not going to be there. It would be great to see her there because that's a beast right there. She's somebody who could literally win gold if everything is put together right on that day. And then we got Celeste Mucci and Gabby Cunningham. So like I said, taking Alaysha out of the equation, since I don't think she's going to be there, but if she was to be there, she would be in my top three. But with her not being in there, I think my top three is definitely Tobi, Masai, and Tia. And it depends on the race. It depends on the day, because Tia's been running fast as hell. Masai, if she don't hit hurdles, she could put up some fast times. And Tobi Amusan, how she opened up her season last week, she's my favorite. She's my favorite to win. You'd be stupid to count her out. So I'm thinking Tobi's going to take that win. We move to the 60 meters flat for the women. This one is not as stacked. I think the answer is pretty clear on who's going to win. I think top two is pretty clear. But we got Aleia Hobbs. That's my winner, obviously. Like, she was undefeated all season indoors last season. And it sucks because of how she ended up literally at the time when it mattered. It just did not come together to make the team. But I think she's going to be good this season. I think she's going to make the team. She's my pick to win. She's easily the best one on the list. But we got Micaiah Briscoe, who is her training partner, also extremely strong indoors. I hope she translates that outdoors this season. Tamara Clark, strong 200 runner. Solera Barnes, she's been running pretty good too earlier this season too. We got Shannon Ray, Brianna Selby, Kiera Parker, Brianna Williams, who also strong starter. So I'm excited to see how she's looking too. Destiny Smith Barnett and Zoe Hobbs. Zoe Hobbs is pretty good indoors too. So that's going to be good to watch, but I think Aleia Hobbs, that's the obvious clear winner. I think second place is probably going to be between Mackay and Solera Barnes. That's my opinion. Or Brianna Williams. I can't forget her. Men's 400, we got Vernon Norwood, Champion Allison, Elijah Goodwin, Jareem Richards, and Zach Nene. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm going to go with Vernon Norwood. That's just my thought process. Vernon, I just feel like he's a seasoned veteran. He's going to put it together. Champion Allison could win. Elijah could win. Jareem Richards could win. But my opinion, Vernon, that's clear. For the women's 400, we got Raven Rogers, Kendall Ellis, Nicole Jurgen from Great Britain. I cannot pronounce this girl's name. You'll see it on the clip. I'm not even going to try and butcher it. And then Janelle Bromfield. I'm going with, I'm going to say Raven Rogers with Kendall Ellis second and Nicole Jurgen third. And I think that is everything that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, that's my predictions. Let me know what y'all's predictions are. Who y'all think is gonna win each race? Who you think is a dark horse? What are y'all's predictions heading into World Indoor Championships for US? We'll start there. We'll start with US because US Indoor Championships is not next week. It's the week after next. So we getting close to World Indoors. It's time to make that team. We're gonna be excited to see who's gonna get there. Drop your comments down below. Please thumbs up the video. Drop your comments. Subscribe. I'm gonna try and do like a recap video after the meets. So hopefully I'll have a video out pretty recently because the meet's gonna happen tomorrow. I want to have it out by Sunday. I don't know for a fact if I am, but I'm gonna get it out though. So turn the post notifications on. Do that. Turn the post notifications on. You'll see when I post. And yeah, I'll see y'all then. Peace.